happening, fellas? Welcome back to another video. We've been working on the shop a ton, and we should be actually moving into it in the next few days. So when we bought this shop, someone had put pre-used tin, so used tin on the walls, the ceiling, everywhere. So it had an insane amount of screws because obviously it was a fix to a barn or something before going on my shop, so had a ridiculous amount of screws in it. A bunch of them leaked when we bought the place, so we finally caulked over all the screws, spent $200 on caulk for the roof, and basically found out the tin didn't have enough overhang for gutters. So for those that don't know, gutters, your tin needs to overhang a little bit over your gutter so you don't get water rolling back under the tin and rotting your fascia board. So I just made the corporate decision to spend the money and get new tin. Did not want to, but we got new tin, and we went with gray everything and white trim, and we really like this color combo. I think it looks awesome. So yeah, I was handing tin up. We had Harold, Braxton, and Lonnie up on the roof. Lonnie's a roofer for a living, but he does like large industrial tar roofs and stuff. But yeah, I handed up all the tin because my big body don't like no heights. We was going to keep all the old tin to build lean-tos, but there was so much caulk left over on the screws that it was going to take an insane amount of time to get it out, because there was a bunch of screws just in holes just to fill the holes. There was not in any of the slats. So we ended up taking it all to the scrapyard and getting a cool $36 out of every bit of the tin off a 60 by 28 building. Guys, just want to take a real quick second to shout out the sponsor of today's video, which is, you already guessed it, GoPowersports.com. The Go Power Sports has the largest selection of OEM and performance mini bike and go-kart parts in the market, and they are a great group of people to work with. Make sure to check out the links in the video's description where you can find our favorite parts from Go Power Sports for the small block engines. We absolutely love working with them. We've been working with them for over 4 years now and never had an issue. And they take care of their customers, and they put a great product on the market. We'll also be in Texas in October for Pate's Swap Meet. So if you go over to rbgcarts.com, check out the events tab, you'll see where we're going to be on what dates and stuff, so you guys can hopefully come out and hang out with us, meet us, maybe get some Go Power Sports gear, and just have a great time with us. So we will hopefully see you in Texas. Make sure to come down, bring your mini bike if you can, because after 5 o'clock you can ride it in Pate's Swap Meets parking lot. That's the funnest time of the whole event. So we'll see you in Texas, and let's get back to the garage. So we decided in the for the OSB on the ceiling to go ahead and pay some local contractors to come in and put it up, because let me tell you, it would have took us forever putting it up. They knew little tricks of the trade that got done way faster. So basically they started at 8:30 in the morning, and they was able to complete this job by 4 o'clock. We ended up coming around 1 and just helping any bit we could, you know, to speed up the process. But this was something I wasn't looking forward to for a long time. Just overhead work, you know, just nothing was square inside this shop. Everything was crooked. But they came in, knocked it out. Harold again was Harold's a guy from our church who recently retired, and he will get bored if he don't have nothing to do. So he basically helped them as well do the OSB on the ceiling. Well, fellas, we got everything painted in the garage, almost everything. There's a few little dilly-dally things, but one thing you'll learn if you want to try to do YouTube is the more light, the better. So in my shop now, in the new edition, we have around 12 lights, and that is a 25 by 12, or a 25 by 21 shop. And we have 12 LED 4-foot fixtures, just like this behind me. So we basically went on Amazon and bought 60 4-foot LED fixtures for this shop. So this shop is 60 by 28. So that means we're gonna have 270,000 lumens in this garage, which is gonna be insane. And we can daisy chain up to 8 lights together. Each breaker, we're gonna have 30 lights per breaker. So that means we ran 2 breakers, 2 plugs per breaker. So each plug will run 16 lights off of it. We've done the math, it's perfectly safe. We have 20 amp outlets and we have a 20 amp breaker, like I stated. So we're gonna start slapping these lights up. We're gonna do them. I've got a schematic I've drawn up on graphing paper, and on that graphing paper, each square is 2 foot. So that's how it's gonna be laid out in this shop. So we have to basically get up there, pre-drill some holes. All we have to do is basically twist in some hooks in the ceiling and then hang them from chains. It's gonna be aggravating but simple at the same time. So we'll get the lights slapped up and it's gonna be crazy bright. Is 6 of them on right now. There's a kink in this wire, which is pulling this light to that side. We got to twist that out, but none of these are plugged up because we have to get a very small, like the 6-foot extension cords from Walmart to go from that outlet to reach to this one, because basically that outlet's going to run 16 lights, you know, 8 on each side going down. Then the other outlet will tie in the next lights. Oh yeah. So we basically need Ed single, ladies. We basically need another drop cord to reach from that to that light, and then this one, this next row, they'll be fine to plug up. So we're gonna need to buy a few of those little 6-foot drop cords to tie in that first one. These lights run 0.33 amps per light. We have basically 30 of them per 20 amp breaker. So that should be around 10 amps or so is what the math adds up to. So looking good, looking good. Me and Egg's tag teaming, swapping out, and then wire on your side, Ed. Yep, so we gotta flip which side the plug is on each run. And the echo in here is horrible. That's not gonna be good for videos. So sound deadening isn't cheap either. It's expensive. Guys, I want to take a minute at the end of this video to thank you guys so much for your support over the last 5 years. This is a crazy career to have. There's been more ups and downs than I've ever had in my entire life. We do feel like God has blessed us with this career, and you know, if you don't believe in the same things we do, that's perfectly fine. We just want to state, I just want to state what I feel about all this. But God has brought me an insanely long ways in my life to where I am today. This has been more stress and the biggest undertaking I've ever had in my entire life. I'm telling you, this last few months has been nothing but a roller coaster ride of extreme stress, and just taking on the burden of a second payment of the property and stuff. But this is all to bring you guys the best content we're capable of. We put everything in this facility, and when we say everything, I mean every penny we can fully spare we put towards that property. And it's been a crazy time, but thank you so much for supporting us, for using our links. All that stuff helps us to continue to do videos. We have sponsors for a reason. We have them to be able to continue to make these videos full time, because without them, we simply wouldn't be able to do this. We would have to do this part-time like we used to in the first few years, and you know, we was at a state where we couldn't mentally do that anymore. I have a family. I have 2 kids and a wife that I have to, you know, give attention to and be with. So doing this as a part-time job just did not work out. And the fact that we was able to gain sponsors to be able to continue to do this as a full-time job is just crazy. So we wanted to thank you so much for your support and being with us along this crazy journey, because this garage has been the craziest time I've ever had in my life. But we're there, we're done with it. We finally get to move in it in the next few days. You guys, the next video you'll see is us moving everything out of this garage, which you know, is empty now. And we haven't got the office done, but that'll come. We have to do everything in good timing, because I'm telling you guys, this has been a fortune to build this place. Everything we've built over the last 5 years, we had to put in to this new facility. And we thank you so much for giving us that opportunity, for being able to bring us into your household, share us with your family, you know, and enjoy our content. We hope we can bring you even better content with this new shop. God has brought us an insanely long ways. And guys, the biggest thing I have to tell you is, if you trust in God and put your full faith in God, He'll take you an extremely long way. I never would have imagined we would have had this property, this building, this following, this group of people to support us. And I have no one to thank but God first, my family second, and you guys third, for supporting us and helping us get this far, because again, we could not do this without your help. So thank you so much. Please, if you have any questions about your faith in God, please contact us at greg@rbgcarts.com. We'll do our best to reply back. We've grown so much over the last few years, it's insanely hard to keep up. It's almost impossible to keep up with the messages, but I'll try my best to get back with you. We love you guys. Always keep faith, and God bless.